Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Empowering Intuitives. And I am your host, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker. And this is about a little bit of a crown for Halloween in my area. Everybody's trick-or-treating tonight, so we thought we'd just do that. It's such a fun time of year for so many of us. I love Halloween and the fun and the excitement, but there's also some things that can come up around Halloween. And I thought tonight I'd start the show by talking about house clearing and using sage. So when is a good time to use this? A lot of people ask me this, well, what do you use? How do you use it? How do you clear a house? What's the ways in which to use sage? And, it's called smudging. And we use sage for lots of things. We use it for ritual to clear off your negativity, to clear your space when you're clearing your house. If I have a party and I have a lot of people over, the first thing I do is, as soon as everybody leaves, is I sage the whole house because it just clears their energy. It helps clear your crystals in my house. If anybody's been to my house, they know there's lots of crystals. So I clear everything. You don't want stagnant energy. You don't want negative energy. And so, on a regular basis, when I'm cleaning house, I smudge or sage to open up and release negative ions, right? So, and we get these positive ions from animal dander, from pollution, from just the way our environment is. And so sage, if you sage yourself, it clears that. And I love to do it every day when I come home after, seeing clients all day. It's nice to just kind of reset and you're back into, my kingdom here, we call the queendom, however you want to put it. So in your home, in your castle, in your space, you want to balance before you come in. You don't want to bring other people's stuff into your home all the time, right? So other ways or other times you might think about doing smudging, it would be if you're sick, or if there's a lot of tension in the home or fighting, or if you feel like your energy is really tanked and you're not sure what's going on, that's also a good time. If you're getting a lot of headaches, saging is really good for that as well. And again, if you have a lot of visitors, things like that. If you're not able to sleep well in your house, then that may be a sign that there's some other energies that you can sage and release. And, we talk about with all of our crystals, one way to clear our crystals, we set intentions when we wear our crystals and we wear them all the time. So they're absorbing and it's really important that they all get cleared. And one way to do it is through sage. There's a lot of ceremony that is done in Native American tradition. I'm sure other traditions and in ceremonies, we use sage as well, which is wonderful. And it's also really great because it can help rid you of past traumas, bad experiences, any kind of negative energy. It can help you sleep. And one thing that I notice is if the energy is, as an empath, when we go into a space or a room, even my office, the energy can be shifted or changed. So saging or spraying, I in my office, I just use sage and water and I spray that because we obviously don't burn sage in the office. So there are other ways in which you can have that frequency, that vibration to help shift out those energies. And I'll tell you what, it always lifts my mood. It always helps calm things down and it just makes you feel amazing. So if you've never done it, try it and see how that works for you. All right. So that's what we're going to move on, and we're going to go ahead, and we have a caller on the line. We have Kelly in Scotland. Hello, my dear. Are you with us?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, Kelly. Welcome. Is there a particular area you would like me to look at for you tonight?
It was just to see what really comes out.
I'm sorry?
Relationship.
Okay. Sure, we can certainly look at that for you. All right, so we're going to pull a card here. All right. So the fairies pulled the nine of summer for you. Wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, and a magical time of life. And I really like this where if you can see this card, it is actually really cool. The fairy is adorned like a queen, and the fairy is pampering her and getting her ready for the magic, and you can just see her wand and all the stars around this. And what I'm picking up is that sometimes it's hard for you to hold steady if there's something that you want. And I feel like you're wanting a certain thing out of a relationship and you're not getting that. And it's almost like how they're showing this to me, if this makes sense to you, is like you'll try to manifest you desire something, but then there's some like doubts that creep in that try to sabotage it. Does that make sense? Are you still with me, Kelly?
Yes,
Okay. Does that make sense to you?
yeah, it does.
Okay. So what they're asking is every day they want you to say a positive affirmation. You have to go positive. And if a little negativity tries to creep up, acknowledge it and just try to find something that feels more comfortable around it. For example, if you're wanting a new partner and you're wanting a certain type of connection, focus on the positivity of that. But if a friend calls you and says that they just met the perfect person of their dreams, Spirit is saying, don't look at that like, oh, but I don't have that. They're saying you have to be able to be at a place where you're happy for them and you're still trying to manifest what you want. So I feel like you're getting in your own way of getting the things that you want. The other thing Spirit is telling me that right now you're not in a partnership. Is that correct?
Yes,
And so what they're asking is that you're writing, they want you to reflect back on other partners and see how they're doing this is see the things that you enjoyed of the relationship. Focus on that. Do not focus on what didn't work out, okay? And it doesn't matter where the blame sits with it, okay? Because it takes two people. But what they're asking is that you look at past relationships and you say, I really love it when, and I feel the best when. And try to like write down all of these qualities in the relationship that you're looking for. Okay, you've been around long enough, you know what you like and what you don't like, and you're not finally like fine tuning what it is that you really want. So they want you to write this all down, and they want you to put it somewhere where you can see it a lot, and then kind of like look it over and say, yes, this is what's coming to me, and start acting as if it's already there. Okay. So putting some positive affirmations around all of the aspects that you'd like. And they want you to list the qualities that you're looking for in the relationship, not just the person, but how you want to be, how you want things to be. If you've been in relationships in the past where the other person didn't communicate and you're really looking to have somebody be a better communicator, then you need to put that on the list. And you need to say, I'm finally at a point where I'm able to communicate how I feel better. Is this making sense?
yes, definitely. Thank you.
Yes. And what Spirit is saying is, I really feel like somebody's coming more towards the spring. I get March, April. You have a little bit of work to do. You have a little bit of work to do around this, and it's going to take a little bit of reinforcement of positive energy for this person to come in. But I feel like they're right around the periphery. They're in your energy field, so it's coming. But be clear about what you want. Okay. And also what I'm hearing is I have a woman coming forward in spirit, feels like very much like a mother like energy. So I don't know, is your mom in spirit? No, it's grandmother in spirit.
Yes, grandmother.
Grandmother's coming forward and she's saying, you you deserve to be happy. And she's using the word deserve very purposefully here, because she's saying that sometimes you don't feel like you deserve to be happy. And she's saying you do. And she wants you to let that go. And I feel like maybe part of that had to be, was ingrained on the way that you were raised, or something environmentally impacted you that way, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And she's saying, please, please, please let this go. Know that you deserve to be loved, and that you and welcome it in with open arms when they come. But it is about healing a little bit of that solar plexus energy right in your stomach about self-love. And that's one of the lessons you're learning in this lifetime is self-love. So what Spirit is saying, how do you prepare for this person to come into your life? You you date yourself. You go out, you do the things you want to do. You love yourself. You care for yourself. You know, little things. It doesn't have to be big things, but little things, really important right now, because it helps you feel better. It helps improve your energy, and it helps attract that person even more. So trust and know they're coming. Grandmother wants you to know that she's very proud of you. You're too hard on yourself. She wants you to spend a little, live it up a little, she says. And did she like to drink whiskey? She's showing me like a little bit of whiskey.
Yes.
Okay, she's like, have a couple. You know, she wants you to learn to relax a little bit more. And she's just sending a lot of love, and trust and know she's still watching and able to see what's going on, and she's excited for what the new year brings for you. So right now, don't be so hard on yourself. Do some self-love, really good self-love. Were you thinking of a trip or something, and then you kind of thought, no, like you kind of waffled back and forth on venturing out?
Yes, I was actually.
She wants you to go on the trip. You go and have fun. Do what you want to do.
Thank
And
you.
the person is coming. Oh, you're so welcome, my dear. I wish you all the best, and come back on in the spring and let us know how that went. I can't wait when you meet this person. I'm going to leave that with much love, my dear.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. All right. We have Linda in Louisville, Kentucky. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Pretty good.
Wonderful.
I was
Well, thanks.
wanting to see if there's a message for me.
Okay. Did you want me to focus in any particular area?
The guy that I lived with for 9 years passed away January.
Oh, okay. You want to see what he has to say? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, my dear. Whew. I got a card from the fairies. This is the 9 of spring, and it says, protect the fruits of your labors, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, and environmental conservation. So what Spirit is bringing forward is that this has been a really challenging year, and I feel like it's going to be ending the same way kind of that it began, with big challenge. So what they're saying is watch your spending. Now is the time to not overdo. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I'm hearing is, okay, I have a gentleman stepping forward that says you're stronger than you realize. And then he says, this is one thing that I love about you, that you're tough as nails. And you show that to the world, he says, but you don't always believe it of yourself. And he says, sometimes you got to dig deep. And he's like, you got this. He wants to thank you because I feel like when you got together, maybe you helped him through a situation, and he's saying, you know, it wasn't always easy, but he was so grateful for all that you had done for him. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, yes. Yes,
He
it
said
does.
He said you took on a lot, and he is just, ooh, there's a lot of emotion here. He is just so grateful that you stuck through things with him. And he says he can never repay you, but he says he's watching over you. Now he's talking about, so is there something with the car? He's talking about making sure the car has maintenance and the tires. Would you understand this?
Yes, ma'am, I will, because I got in my car and two of my car tire lights came on.
Okay, okay. Oh, he's just saying you have to take care of that. Make sure you take care of it, okay? He worries
sure
about you
will.
still. He says, I still worry about you. I'm still looking out for you. Now he's talking about, now were you thinking about moving? Were you worried about not being able to pay the bills and maybe having to move or something like this?
Yes, ma'am. I even called a couple places today.
He's saying this to you. He says, honey, this is too much for you where you're living. He wants you to find a place that you don't have to do all the upkeep and all the care and things like this. He is very much so, he says it's going to take a lot of burden off of you. And now, are you currently are you currently in your own home? Is that it, that you want to sell a home?
No, ma'am, I'm renting.
You're renting. Okay. Because he's talking about, like, there's some issues with where you're renting. And he's talking
Yes,
about, he's talking about one of those like senior living centers, something more like this, because he worries about you isolating.
That's what I called today.
He likes this for you because he's saying that there's activities you can engage with other people, because you tend to want to isolate and be alone, and he was worrying about that. Okay.
Oh, I have been.
Yep. And he says you can't continue that now. You have to start getting out and socializing. So he loves the idea of what you're doing. So this is just his way of showing you he's still right there paying attention, because you just did that today. And he's commenting on it right now. So that's his.
Does he know I was at the hospital with him when he passed?
Yes, he does. And he was with you the whole time. Even after he passed, he said he stayed with you for a few days, and you were very much aware of that.
Yeah. My lights were flickering and everything.
He was trying to let you know he was there. Did you have he's laughing about that. He was like, because he's saying that maybe you had a conversation about if somebody passed first, you would find a way to come back and let the other one know.
Yes, he always told me he's going to take and haunt the heck out of me. And then the other night I was sitting here and my text message started lighting it up. And
oh my goodness.
It stopped on my baby, on some of the texts that he had sent me.
Oh my gosh. He is so
him?
funny. Oh yeah, that's totally him. He's very ornery. He is an ornery kind of guy. Yeah, he's sitting over here cracking up laughing. He's like, I told you I'd find a way. And he really meant that. He wanted you to know. He wanted you to know and have that reassurance that he was okay, because he knows how devastating that it was. And he didn't want to go. And he really loved, like, you guys could joke and laugh, and it meant the world to him, the way that you guys poked at each other and joked around. He wants you
to let him know I still love and miss him.
Every day. He says, every day I know that. Every day I miss you. But he doesn't want you to stay stuck. This is why he wants you to move into one of those retirement communities where there's other people you can engage with. He does not want you to go back in bed and cover up your head and hide from the world. It's time now to start to reemerge and get involved in some other things. He says he's already looking for a man for you. He wants somebody else to come in and help with you. So, and he's laughing. He's like, I'll get a good one, honey. Don't you worry. And he goes, I know she's not ready to hear that.
I don't want no more.
That's what he just said. But he wants you, even if it's just a friend, he wants you to have somebody that you can count on and rely on, and somebody can be there for you, and you can be there for them. And I feel like at the very minimum, you're going to find some females that that have like common interests, and it's going to be very good for you. So please, he says, take care of yourself and do that. Okay. Take care of the
I've been going to the doctor, and I was in the hospital yesterday.
I'm sorry?
I was in the hospital yesterday. My health is getting bad too.
Yeah. And he wants somebody else to be there. It's not your time. It's not your time to cross over yet. He says he is looking. I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing. I'm just saying my health is getting bad.
And that's why he wants you to take better care of yourself. And it's just part of that is socialization. That's part of your emotional and spiritual health. Okay. And, making sure that you're eating and things like that. So he's all about you going into one of these places. And he said, please don't feel like you have to take everything. He said, get rid of my stuff. Keep what you want, get rid of it. Like, he doesn't want you to feel like you have to hold on to anything. Please don't do that, he says. Keep what you want, get rid of the rest. You don't. And he wants you to start to get rid of it. You don't need it. Keep what you want, get rid of those things, lighten the burden, and go through the stuff you have, because he wants you to, if you don't need it, get rid of it. And you're going to go into a smaller place, and you don't need it or have room for all that stuff. So don't feel bad. He's giving you permission. He says, get rid of it. You have my permission. He said, if I was there, I'd get rid of it. He would just be tossing stuff left and right.
He would.
Yeah,
he would.
Yep, he's so.
But I will make sure you need to be my like tires checked tomorrow.
He says, you need to be like me whenever you're cleaning out this house, and just start pitching stuff. You don't need to keep it. He's just letting you know that he is around. He really is trying to look out for you. Make sure you take care of that car. That's the third time he said it, because he says sometimes you just ignore it. Don't ignore this. Make sure you take care of it. And there is another place you haven't called yet that he feels like is going to be the perfect place. So keep on doing that. And trust and know he's watching over you. And I'm going to leave that with so much love, my dear.
Okay, thank you. And I really appreciate that.
You are so welcome. He's giving you such a big hug and kiss. And is there an anniversary coming soon? What's the anniversary or birthday or something?
It's when we met. It was the end of October when we started talking the first time.
Oh, you just gave me chills all over. So he's saying I didn't forget. Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense. He's validating that, and he's handing you flowers. Now he's making a joke about the flowers. So do you not like cut flowers, or what's this thing around the flowers? Like,
he had got me some flowers last year for my birthday, and I had dried them out, and I just put them in a picture frame and hung them on the wall.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he wanted to validate that as well about the flowers. And he said, he just gave me chills again. So he's validating, he's seeing that, he's aware of that. And he's just like, that's awesome. And he's also saying, now, when he wanted to surprise you, did he surprise you with the certain chocolate that you liked or something?
He sure did. It was a candy bar.
Okay, because he's giving chocolate. He goes, my girl likes her chocolate. He's giving you that as well.
He got me 2 of them.
Oh, yeah. He says every now and again, I would know when she felt like just when I knew he just knew you so well that yep, she needs that today, and he would just surprise you with it.
Oh my, well, he sure did help. And God, I thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, my dear. Trust and know he's around. Keep talking to him. He says, I hear you. I'm here. And he says, I don't know if I'll be flickering any more lights anytime soon, but you know me, you'll never know.
For
what
real.
a way to end that. I'm going to leave that with so much love, my
especially
dear.
playing my text message.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, much love to you, my dear, and thank you so much for calling in. All right, guys. Well, you're welcome, honey. Thank you so much, guys, for another great episode and for stopping by to say hi. I hope you all have a terrific week. Happy Halloween. Get dressed up and have a little bit of fun. And remember, sage afterwards. All right, guys, have a great week. Namaste.